Hello guys, Sel here and welcome to another episode of our tutorial videos. In today's video, we're going to look at another type of chart. Alright, so we're going to look at a speedometer chart. So we are gradually getting into more exciting chart widgets which you can use for tracking your key performance indicators. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, we are actually sharing videos on how to create various progress charts or chart widgets that you can use for tracking your key performance indicators. So we already touched on the radial chart in our previous video, so you may want to go look at it. We've also touched on these types of donut charts, alright, or progress charts. So today we are looking at this very one, and then if time permits us, we'll look at this and this as well. Alright, so without wasting time, let's get straight onto our worksheet, which is this one. Alright, so if you were following our previous video, you noticed that we upgraded the chart. So we started off looking at just these two KPIs, right? And that was giving us a similar chart as this. And then we decided to add on additional KPIs. So this is what we came out with. All right, so this is a very nice, radial chart that you can use for your key performance indicators. So we are using it to track various, workplace inspection, risk assessment, training, and work permits, right? So we are going to do this very one. This is the next one that we're going to do, the speedometer chart. So when it comes to speedometer charts, there's one thing we need to be aware of. All right, so we are using just half of the progress chart or half of the donuts. All right, so let me just put it that way, half of the donuts. And how do I know the data points that is allowing us to just use half? When I click on this, you notice there's the bigger chunk of it here, and then there is the progress and then the remainder, right? Or the score and the remainder. So that's exactly what we have there. If you look over here, you notice that we included the target. So there's a target, there's the 80%, which is the score, and then there's the remainder, right? The same for the other one. So what it means is that we are going to insert additional target data points. All right, so without wasting time, let's head straight onto our worksheets. All right, so what we're going to do is that we're going to create a copy of this sheet, and then we delete this chart because we're going to start all over again, and we are going to insert our charts. Now take note that we're working with just two KPIs, so I don't know if we should just still maintain the 4 or we should just revert to 2. All right, so maybe I will start with 2. So I'm going to create 2 variations. One will be just the 2, and then we'll probably add another one. All right, so what we're going to do is that we're going to insert progress charts, right? Because all the data series should be in the same chart. So we're going to do this, so including the targets. Previous one, we're just selecting the score and the remainder. Right now we include the target. Okay, so with this one we will do something. All right, so the 100% is the bigger one, and then this is summing up to 100%, right? So 8, 9, 11, so that's the other half. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we are going to click on format data series, and we change the angle of the donut. Let's make it 90. All right, so 90 means that we have the bigger chunk, which is the 100% down below, and we have the score and the remainder up above. So what we're going to do is that we're just going to double click on this very data point, and we apply no fill, and there should be no border. We double click on this one as well, we apply no fill and no border. All right, and then what we are going to do is that we can increase the size of the donut to maybe increase it to 50 like this, so that it becomes big. All right, the size of the chart, it becomes big, and then we can change the colors, right? So the first one was, let's have a look at it. All right, so the first one was the orange, solid fill, we select orange. This one is also going to be orange, but we will apply transparency to it. And then this one, double click, solid fill, this is the blue. And then we double click on this data point, the same blue, but we apply this to it. Okay. Now we can clean up the format, or we can format it by removing the fill and then the borderline, so it looks like this. And then we would insert a text box for the middle, put it in the middle here for the average, right? Now the average is for just these two charts, so I just reduce the range for the average score. I'll click on this, use the equal sign to select, then I can position it properly, increase this, the font size like this. You can expand it so that when we get to 100, it can fit properly within the text box. You can change the color to maybe this. Okay, so if I'm to go back and look at this, I think we're on track. So I'll remove the fill and then the border, and then I'll just position it nicely. The fill, we did not remove it properly, so no fill, no border. And then we can insert the individual scores. We go to insert, we copy the text box, and then we can use the equal sign to select the score. We paste it outside. We do the same thing for the other one, 90%, right? And then let's look at it. One is okay, so both of them are white, so we just change the font size to white. And before that, let's put it on it. Okay, this one up is 92%, this one below is 89, right? So we just center it, change the color, go to the fill, reduce, remove the border and then the outline. We double click, and then we do the same thing for this, and then we can insert another text box to capture the KPIs names, right? The weekly inspection, and we center it. So the weekly inspection is the 89, so that's gonna be a blue font, so we can use orange font. We can increase it to 18, and then we center it, right? And then we do the same thing for the other one. Control V, equal sign, risk assessment. This is gonna be the blue one. Increase the font. Okay, then we take our time to reduce the fill. So that's exactly what we've done. We've been able to replicate this chart, right? We've been able to do the same thing. Okay, so one was on top, so let's do the same thing. This one was right on top. Risk assessment is the one on top, and workplace inspection is the one below. So there we have it. We've created our speedometer chart. Okay, so we just group it. We go to size and properties, and then we would ensure that it does not move. Okay, so now we can do this. Okay, so this is our nice speedometer chart. Okay, now if you want to include additional KPIs, that is basically the fact that you need to add another data point. Okay, so to add another data point, we click on the chart, select data, then we add another series, and then we select this also. We hit OK, and then we click on the chart again, add another data series, and then we select all of them. Remember, we are adding the 100%, which is the target. Okay, we do the same thing here. We double click this, remove the no fill, no border, no fill, no border. Sorry, no fill, no border. Okay, and then this one can be a different color. This is the remainder. So this is the progress, this is the remainder. So progress can be a different color. Let's give it red, and then this one would equally be red, but it's gonna be 90%. Transparent, this one is gonna be yellow, and this is gonna be yellow as well, and then 90%. All right, and we can choose to remove the border if we want. Okay, we can remove the border. Let's try to remove the border and see what happens. It will clean it up a little. All right, once we remove the border, we can even insert shadow on each of the scores. So shadow can be here, shadow can be here as well, shadow can be here also, and shadow can be here. Okay, so we've created speedometer charts. This one we did not remove the border, so let's remove the border. Yes, So we've created another speedometer chart. Now take note that this is for this, right? So we need to increase this range for the average score. So there we have it. And then we can insert the scores for individual KPIs, right? So we come to the text box, we do this, we just make 4 copies of it. We use the equal sign, select this for workplace inspection, which is this very one. This is for risk assessment, which is for this very one, right? And this for training, which is for this very one. Okay, and this is for permits, right? So what we're gonna do next is just to clear the fill, right? We remove the fills, we change the font size to white. Okay, white. We center it properly, and then we can copy the format, double click the formats and paste on each one of them. Now we can equally increase the size of the donuts for each of them. So we can increase it so that it looks bigger for each of them, like this. So this one is here, the other one is, this one comes down a little, this one comes down a little as well, and this one also, right? So there we have it. We've created our progress chart, our speedometer chart. Let me ungroup the charts. You need to ungroup it so that we can have access to the other text box and repeat them, right? So we're gonna create a copy of this, paste it outside. Just copy this. Oh man, I grouped it and it has ungrouped again. I ungrouped and it has regrouped. Let's copy this, Control C, paste it outside, or else it's gonna add to the chart. Paste another one outside and bring it in. So this one will be for training, and this one will be for work permits, right? So this one is yellow in color, and this one is red, and the font size are going to be 18. Make sure that we remove the fill and the border. Okay, so these are our the various labels for the charts, right? We can group them. We can group this one also. We can group each of the labels. Okay, let me start from these ones first. 1, 2, 1. You can just use Control A to select everything and then exclude this. That is even faster. And then group. Okay, size and don't move. Okay, so we've created another version of this. As you can see, this is a very nice chart, right? Yes, so this is our speedometer chart. It looks very, very nice. And thanks for your attention. I'm going to see you again in another video. Bye for now. Cheers.